And what's happening, beautiful people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Messages in the Madness with yours truly. It's me, Longhorn. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Move that up just a little bit. Hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your Sunday. I know I am. Hope you've had a great and fabulous week. I did, as always. I don't think I'd say anything different if I did, because you know what? I do not see any point in complaining about it because it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. So, again, welcome, welcome. Come on in, have a seat. Stay, chat with me for a few minutes. I appreciate it, appreciate it. Oh, man. It's been a glorious and wonderful week. Got up early this morning, got my notes together for my show, and I'm ready to go. So, am I? Let's see. Checking some things. Where are we at? Okay, we're good there. So, again, okay, that's what I didn't have turned on. I had to make sure I had everything turned on before I got into this. And like I said, I thank y'all for showing up. I thank y'all for coming in, hanging out with me. Messages in the madness. You know, we are now over 2 years strong doing this. I think maybe, yeah, 2 years strong since the pandemic. So that's awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, brother James, glad to see you. Don't forget to hit like or love when you come in. Hey, Miss Nanette, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, what's happening? Anyway, glad to see y'all stop in, because I thought there for a second I was gonna be by myself. So it's been a crazy day. The Chiefs lost, and Dallas ain't doing too good. Anyway, so it's not that bad. But hey, y'all know me and my football. Hey, Miss Annette, good to see you there. So just want to welcome everybody in. We had a great week. We celebrated our oldest grandson's birthday this week. Yes, we did. Mr. Caden turned a big 17. Very proud of him. I tell you this, Mr. Caden has autism and he's high functioning. And I call him my hero because I have learned more about life watching that young man and learning about determination and willpower from just watching him be him. So I celebrate him. I love him dearly. And like I said, he's my hero. Big 17, gonna be 18 here in a minute. Boy, almost as tall as Papa. But he's back in Mississippi and good ready to go back to school. So that's awesome, awesome. And let's see. What else did we do? Oh, preparing for the holidays, of course. And now I'm gonna say this about the holidays. Do me a favor. There's a friend of mine I talked to this evening. Her and her mother. They're going to donate some items for veterans, and I'm very very proud to say this. But and I'm gonna go by and get those Saturday. They do some crocheting like our friend Charlotte does, and I'm gonna pick those up from there probably next Saturday because I'm on the road this week doing day job stuff. Got a little announcement about the day job stuff too. I'll tell y'all about that in a second. But I'm gonna ask y'all. She asked me not to say her name, which I'm not gonna say her name. But I'm just gonna say she's having some health challenges, and I'm gonna ask you guys to put her on your prayer list and say a little prayer. Just say for Longhorn's friend. I'd greatly greatly appreciate that. I prayed with her this evening, and I had to put down my cigarette and my beer before I said the prayer. But anyway, if y'all would say a prayer for her, I'd greatly appreciate that. And then, but like I said, we're getting ready for the holidays. This year for Christmas, unfortunately, not all our grandchildren are going to be here, or our children, which is going to be kind of weird, but it is what it is. I do enjoy having the family around during the holiday. I'm one of those people that don't, you don't have to give me anything for the holiday. Just being in their presence means a lot to me. Just like today, I had a few of them over today. We had a late Thanksgiving, and it was just fun having some of the grandkids around. So, gifts are great, but their love and seeing them is, that's what I appreciate. So let's see what else is going on. I haven't watched much news this week. Tired of hearing about Kanye West and Herschel Walker and Elon Musk and COVID. I realize there are some people out there that are still suffering from the ill effects of COVID and long-term COVID. And now we got the flu coming back. The good old-fashioned flu is coming back. I hope everybody gets better, but I think that people. I just think we're tired of talking about it. Sometimes we can talk about something a little too much. So that's just my opinion. Make sure you hit like or love for me when you come in. Let me know that you're here. Greatly appreciate that. And so our message today is my message comes from a conversation that I was having with me. Yes, I talk to myself. I do. Because sometimes I'm the only one that knows what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. I'm the only one that can understand what I'm saying. Mm. You understand where I'm coming from? You get that? You ever been there? Okay. And people, it's okay to talk to yourself. It's okay to answer yourself because sometimes, most of the time, the answers that you seek are inside of you. So it's okay to talk to yourself and it's okay to answer yourself. You don't have a problem until you interrupt yourself. Now, if you interrupting yourself, you talking to yourself, you having a spirited conversation, you go, hold on, wait a minute, excuse me, y'all. Whoa, 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 whoa. You gonna need some help. Yeah, you need to talk to Jesus or somebody with a medical, with a couch and a medical pad, to write you a prescription. But I was having a conversation with me. And that conversation I was having with me was about me and me battling addictions. I've battled addictions most of my life in some way, form, or fashion. I have. And some people go, yeah, right. We all have some type of addiction, but some of us have addictions that will have habits, and then some of us have guilty pleasures. Well, I know I have had some addictions, and I can own that. So I have what you call addictive personality disorder, and many of us have that and don't know it. What does that? What does it mean to have that? When a person develops an obsession or a fixation on something that they do, regardless of its whether it's good or bad. Some would say that they're addicted to sex. No, you're not. There's a difference. Okay. You can love sex and enjoy sex. That's a habit because that's something that you can do without. And you won't destroy your life behind it. Well, some people have. But I'm just trying to use that as a comparison. So, but wait, wait. Yes, there is a difference between a habit and an addiction. The most important distinction between a habit versus an addiction is a habit is something that you can control and it does not control you. An addiction is something that controls you. An addiction can affect the power, can affect your power to think, make good decisions, and affect your behavior. Habits don't do that. Yeah, there's some people out there that are addicted to sex. I'm not one of those. I get my sex, on the 1st and the 15th, when I get paid. That's a whole nother story. But they're two different. And then there's the guilty pleasures. And we're not even going to talk about guilty pleasures tonight, okay? Because like one of my guilty pleasures is playing video games. I play my Xbox. That is my guilty pleasure. So go figure. It's said that smoking is a habit. Actually, it's an addiction. It's an addiction because those that smoke are choosing to do something that they know is not good for their health. Now, a habit would be someone who has a smoke when they drink alcohol. Yeah, a lot of people like to have a cigarette when they drink. If you're not addicted to alcohol and have a drink every now and then you are, it's not a habit. It's a habit. It's not even a habit. It's a guilty pleasure. Yeah, because you're only smoking every now and then. Like me, I smoke. I admit it. I tell people this is how I deal with my PTSD. It's cheaper than hookers and crack. That's what I say. But that's me making an excuse. Yeah. Going to church on Sunday is a habit. Now, going to church 7 days a week, that's an addiction. There's a difference. Some people do go to church 7 days a week. And sometimes, as they say, some people are so heavenly bound, they ain't no earthly good. But that's an addiction. I know addiction. I do. Not gonna get into it. So the other day, I was asked, "Do I have any guilty pleasures?" I said, "Yes, I do." You don't know her, but so needless to say, I've been sleeping in the basement for the last past week. But so tonight we're going to talk about how to break an addiction. There are 7 steps to quitting an addiction. There's 7 ways to walk out of an addiction. So we're going to talk about those. Before I get too much further, now I want to make sure I acknowledge folks. I see Brother James, Miss Annette, Miss Coley, whoever's lurking back there in the back. Make sure you say hey, drop a love, a like, let me know that you stopped by. James here says, was addicted to the bottle. I had to fight and beat. I have had to fight and beat daily, and it's an ongoing battle. It is, and I pray for you, James. I pray that you continue to win that battle. So I know it's tough. And then Cody said, I thought that was called OCD, and I haven't. That's a whole nother story there, okay? OCD is a whole nother story. Um, hey, what's up, Marlon? Good to see you. Good to see you. No, I'm sorry, Marion. I'm sorry. I see this is I gotta look a little closer. My apologies. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So again, what we're going to talk about tonight is the seven states to quitting, the 7 steps to quitting an addiction. The first step is, oh, hey, Sylvia, good to see you too. Hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you. I was wondering where you was at. We missed you last week. So make sure you hit like or love right about there. Let me know that you stopped by. I'd appreciate that. So the first step is to decide that you are tired of the control your addiction has over your life. Yes, you have to actually make a decision. You have to decide that you can do without whatever it is that you are addicted to. Gambling, sex, alcohol, uh gluing paper together and then eating it, whatever your addiction is, you have to make that decision. Okay, it's time. I'm tired of this. I'm no longer getting what I used to get out of it. Whatever that may have been, an adrenaline rush or high from dopamine, whatever. I'm tired. I'm not getting what I used to get out of this. I don't want this anymore. So you have to. That's the first step. You got to say out loud. You have to decide that you are tired of this addiction and it's time for it. Second, change your attitude about it. You gotta change your attitude about your addiction. Yeah. Stop making excuses, stop defending it, and see it for what it is. Maybe you have an addiction that's holding you back, that's keeping you from moving forward, that's keeping you from being the best person that you can be. And it's weighing on you like 20 pounds of wet laundry. Well, you made excuses for it for a long time. I made excuses about my smoking for a long time. Maybe it's time to change that attitude you have about that. When you see things differently here, then you see things differently here. Yeah. So you got to change your attitude about your addiction, whatever it is you're addicted to. Now, you've done 2 things. The third thing you got to do is set a date and to begin your journey into breaking your addiction. You might want to pick a date that has some significance so that you are doing it and it will have a deeper meaning and will drive your decision to end your addiction on, say, your grandmother's birthday. I'm doing this for grandma, or I'm doing this on her birthday. Don't do it for grandma, do it for you. Do it, yeah, do it for you, but set a date to do that. Because see, when you set a date, you set the date with yourself. Now, we all do it, lie to ourselves. But when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired and you set that date, then that right there is taking it to another level. Change your environment. Remove anything that reminds you of your addiction from your world. If you smoke, take your ashtrays out of the house. Get the whatever, if you smoke weed, get your one hitter, out your car. If you drink alcohol, get the alcohol out of your house. If if you addicted to gambling, when you drive by the casino, don't look at the casino. Then you went, oh no. If you are addicted to cigarettes, when you go to get gas, don't go inside to pay for it. Just pay for it at the pump. Then that way you don't have to walk in and see all those smokes they got back there for sale. Ooh, Newport's on sale, two for no. Basically, move yourself out of that environment. Get away from your triggers, the things that trigger you to do whatever it is that you're doing, whatever that addiction is. If your addiction is food, don't take your ass to the buffet. Plain and simple. If your addiction is food, you might not want to go grocery shopping. Send somebody else with a list. Okay. Number 5, find something to distract yourself. Instead of giving into your urges to use or do something that you shouldn't, find an alternative activity. You can go for a walk, you can take a nap, play with your kids or your pets, watch a movie. There's 1,001 things you can do to distract yourself. You can get your phone out and play word puzzles on them. I do it. I don't play casino on it because I like to go to the casino. So I don't play that on my phone. But change your environment. Find something to distract you. If you, number 6, if you truly have an addiction, this will not be the first time that you have attempted to put it into. So, what I want you to do is think back to the other times you have attempted to stop doing whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever that addiction is. I know you've tried to walk away from it before, and maybe you were not successful, or maybe you were successful for a period of time, a short period of time, but you were successful. Look back at the things that worked and the things that didn't work, because now you know what to do and what not to do. Yeah, use that. Yeah, that's very valuable information. Your past attempts, to quit is just is valuable information. Review that with yourself and work from there. What can you do different this time? Because see, each failure brings you closer to your success. You're not gonna fall down, you're not gonna fall back, you're gonna fall forward closer to you getting to your goal of breaking that addiction. Yeah. Number 7, the last step. Get you some help. I'm not saying go out and get a shrink I'm just saying get you some help. Don't try to do this on your own. Even the strongest person in the gym needs a spotter. Everybody needs somebody to walk with them through whatever it is that they are walking through. And addictions are hard. They are. Admittedly, not everyone will support you when you make this decision because see, you need to tell your family, you need to tell your friends, and hopefully they will support you and encourage you as you attempt to make these changes to break this addiction that you have in your life. Everybody's not going to support you because sometimes misery loves company. And if you quit smoking, then your family member can't call you up and bum a cigarette from you because you don't smoke no more. So everybody's not going to support you. If you say, "Hey, I'm not going to the casino no more," and your favorite cousin that you guys go together, they're not going to support that because they used to going with you. And if you quit going, they're not going to have nobody to ride with or nobody to, what? You can't worry about that. You got to worry about you. You got to change what it is in you. I'm sorry, in you. I'm not supposed to point anymore. I'm supposed to, use my open hand. I'm sorry. It's a whole nother story. Um, let your people know that you are an addict and you are on the road to quitting or recovery or whatever you want to call it. You're on the road to breaking your addiction. If you're a drug addict, tell your drug dealer that you're quitting. They're gonna be a little upset, but they'll get over it. I know a story about a friend of mine that told their drug dealer told them that they were gonna quit. I thought that was amazing. That's a hell of a drug dealer. If you're a gambler, self-exclude yourself from the casino. If you're trying to stop smoking, don't go to the stores that sell cigarettes. It's pretty, yeah, those are just a few tips. Breaking an addiction is not easy and it won't go away overnight. Typically, your addiction took some time to develop. Therefore, it will take some time to beat, but you can. It takes 30 days of doing something to form a new habit. 30 days. Yeah. If you do something for 30 days, it's considered a new habit, not an addiction, a new habit. So you failed a number of times. Fine. But who says this is not the time you get it right and stay on the road to a life without that addiction? Who's to say that this time you won't get it right? Nobody can say it but you. But if you get in with both feet and both hands and you're determined to move forward, then guess what? You got a fighting chance. Just by taking the first step and admitting that you have an addiction is more than many. Do you know half the people that smoke attempt to quit, will attempt to quit in a 12-month period of time, and half of them will be successful? So you may not quit, you may not be successful in this first 30 days, but well, let's see what happens in the next 30 days. If you if you're anything like me, I realized that I must break my addiction when I had to break my addiction when I no longer got that dopamine high from what I was doing. I would look back at what I did and found no joy or pleasure in what I was doing. When you realize that you are hurting yourself and keeping yourself from other things in life, your addictions take on a whole new face. And it's usually not pretty. And it's not something that you want to see anymore. When this happens, this is a face you can no longer look into. Yeah, you can't look at it without feeling like you've wasted a lot of time and resources chasing something that does not love you and that will never give you anything back. That right there is a hard pill to swallow. It is. But you can break your addiction. I'm not one to judge because I have to deal with my own shit. I just say it like it is. But I wanted to talk about this because I know that there's a lot of people that are dealing with some type of an addiction. And maybe they'll see this video. Maybe you'll share this video with somebody and they'll be like, hey, you know what? This is what I needed to hear. It's like you talking to your mama and your mama study telling you, you need to do da 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 da. You're going, yes, ma'am. All right, okay, mama, I hear you. But then you hear the same exact information from a complete stranger. And they're like, oh, I've heard this before. Oh, it sounds familiar. Well, your mama been telling you this for a long time. Your daddy been telling you, your friends been telling you, but you hear it from a complete stranger. Now it sticks. Maybe that is what they need. Maybe. So, Brother James, he says, no excuses. I like my cigars. I get it, man. You know what? It's a guilty pleasure. At your age, my friend, you should be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. But the other question becomes we have to take a look at these addictions and figure out are they harming you? Are they harming your life? Are they harming those around you? What could you do with that money if you spent it somewhere else? Where could you go? What could you buy? What could you enjoy? How much longer could you possibly live if you stopped eating 12 Twinkies a day? If you stopped smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day? If you stopped going to the casino and spending your house note? Yeah. Let's see. Miss Coley says sometimes hearing it from someone else makes it click for some strange reason. Didn't I just say that? I just said that. Yeah, it does make it. Yeah, coming from somebody else, it's like, man, I just heard this. Oh wow, that sounded different. I was watching a video today. I watch motivational videos to help me, and a lot of the stuff that I've heard, I'm like, okay, I've heard this before. I've heard this before. I've heard this before. And then something clicks. You go, hey, wait a minute, stop, back it up. I've never heard that before. And sometimes it changes the way you think about things. Brother Andy, good to see you, man. Great comic out of Indiana, man. Sorry I missed you last week when I was up that way. But he says, Andy says, it sometimes feel routine, unfortunately. Yeah, it does feel routine. But guess what? You keep trying. You keep trying and you keep trying and you don't give up. Yeah, that's what you do. Because eventually you win. You win. And when you win, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful thing when you win. Yeah. So that's the message, y'all. I guess the announcement that I have for you guys is I'm moving into a new position with my day job. It doesn't become official until January the 1st. I'm very proud of it, very, very happy about it. And when the official announcement is made, of course, I'll tell you guys about it. I'm debating whether or not I'm doing a Christmas show or not. Don't know yet. Don't know where I'm going to be. So we'll see how that works out. But in the meantime, this is what I got for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the message. I hope you found some value and some worth in the message. If you did, I hope you share this message with a family or friend. Make sure you hit like a love right there. Do you make sure you hit like a love? Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Miss Coley. But make sure you hit like a love, share it with a friend because you just never know who this may help. Hopefully, it helped you. That's the goal. So with that, God loves you. I love you. You know I love you. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Respect yourselves. Take care of them kids. Give them a hug from me. Yeah. Respect our vets. I'm Longhorn. God bless y'all. $2.